Do you still find it hard to believe that we locked down in the first place? I mean, based on, like you said, the evidence, and that even now it's a narrative. I mean, I know you've been really vocal talking about what's going on in Texas and how the hospitals are prepared and that there's no reason to do another complete lockdown. But I mean, we locked down here as well, and it was just hard for me to watch. And when you run the numbers, especially people under 60 in the UK that died from COVID, it's like such a small number. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you've gotten your head around that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the initial lockdown can be understood. The 15 days to slow the spread, 2 to 3 weeks, even 4 weeks. You could find me giving a lot more, a lot more benefit of the doubt too, because there was more unknowns at the time. But as those unknowns became knowns, I find the excuses to be pretty weak for continuing universal lockdowns. And again, it doesn't mean do nothing. I'm not saying go have concerts. I think large gatherings being banned it should be on the table, of course. I'm fine with the mask wearing too. A lot of people think that's an overreach. I don't think so. No, again, I don't think you should be fining somebody. I don't think you should be taking somebody's property because you find them without a mask. I have a problem with that. But as far as the culture of mask wearing, just do it. Like, fine. It prevents you from spitting on somebody, right? So like that's fine. But don't shut down. But it's not businesses and work that is spreading the virus. It's social gatherings. Again, you don't even need. The science says this, of course, but also common sense tells us this. And so the point is that there's a targeted way to deal with this and live side by side with it that we just failed to do. We considerably failed to do. What we did was basically delay the spread of the virus without killing it. And I think that was just a deeply foolish thing to do. Now we had a reason to delay it, was to allow our hospitals to sort of ramp up, understand treatments better. But once that had happened, there's not a lot of excuse for universal shutdown, because the costs of universal shutdowns are just, even from a specifically health perspective, are pretty dramatic as well, not to mention the job loss and everything else, but all of these things are connected when you're talking about public health. So it's, if politicians failed to rationally think through a cost-benefit analysis in many ways when implementing these policies. And people who were lazy thinkers would just scream, science, science, science. And you're like, I'm sorry, where's the scientific formula that tells you what policy to put in place? There isn't one. That's nonsense. And the science is very messy on this. In the midst of a pandemic in real time, talking about complex biology, the science doesn't give you a straight answer. It needs to inform your decision making, but so do many other things. This is a multidisciplinary approach that has to happen. And I think lazy policymakers who just wanted to give in to fear and even promote the fear themselves would just felt that they should take the most extreme action possible so that they can never be accused of not doing enough. Because that's always the ultimate fear of a politician. And again, that's they're operating off of incentives, because we have a policy action oriented culture where the government must solve every single problem and do everything for you. Why do you need the government to tell you to go out to a restaurant or not go out to a restaurant? That's baffling to me. But people are asking for it. They're asking to be told. I think that's interesting and sad a little bit. What we need to be doing is informing people. Don't sugarcoat it, but don't fearmonger either. Inform people, give them the tools, tell them what their risk is. I mean, and then move forward with that.